Hi Virgo, welcome in. We're going to talk about the eclipse energy coming up August 28th in Pisces. And we're going to talk about your astrology here. And we're going to pull some tarot. We're going to mix it all around, stir it all up in the pot, and see what rises, what we can talk about. There's the first card out, is the Wheel of Fortune. So we're starting big. Got some bigger things going on in the mind of Virgo. Bigger stuff, bigger moves forward, things that are, I'm hearing things that are supposed to happen. It's the right time for these things to happen. Oh, look at you though, stressed and worried. Stressed and worried, but you have some bigger things going on, so it makes sense. And with that beautiful mind of yours that likes to think about everything at least a half dozen times, if not a baker's dozen, just to be sure, okay? And we've got, this is just like in the Leo reading, the Chariot coming out in the row of reality. Now you've got some bigger stuff here too. Actually, there's a bit going on here that I'm a little surprised to see in this reading. This eclipse energy is going to be big for Virgo. There's the Judgment, more major arcana. The Judgment card, the Hierophant. We've got some serious things going on, and some things that you're waiting for your boats to come in. You're waiting for things to work out that you've been working on. And the Aquarian energy, the star energy up in the corner there, things that you're not paying attention to. There's an inner guiding light going on, some warnings going off in there. But the biggest thing is this energy of what you want and not worrying about, there's some bubble that needs to pop. And so then there's some things going on here about you listening to yourself, about you listening to your inner navigation system. Something there. And I'm really surprised to see during this time, because we're going to talk about this lunar eclipse energy. You're really going to feel everything happening. And you're going through it, and it seems like some stuff for you, it seems like some stuff was supposed to work out, and then you went back and you had to do some partial redo or go through things a little bit longer than you thought it was going to take. But the bigger moments, they're kind of you're in this energy of feeling like it was all for nothing, but what's coming is everything that you've been working for. It's just a grueling pace, and the perspective, that guiding light in the situation is about deciding that it can feel like a trying, annoying, forever time. It's taking forever. But you also need to see how important it is that you get to be in control of your own story, your own narrative, the way that things are going to look for you when you get to the end. So, this idea of wishing on a star, and we're going to flip that narrative, we're going to flip that perspective, because your dreams can come true. But it's about doing the work in the situation. So, the wish that you make is when you learn that that's about setting your intentions, and that's about aligning with your goals and putting that spiritual protection, that divine protection, the element of spirit, putting it to work on your behalf. And so you learn how to navigate those waters. And there's things in there that you learn about yourself. All right. You start to understand that your wishing isn't action. It's not manifestation. It's not those things. Wishing is just setting the goal. It's making that vision board. But you can do that in your mind, all right? You can write that on paper any way you like. That wish, that dream, those goals, those aren't the manifestation. No matter how much you meditate or pray to anything, that's just what you want. Those are your dreams. Taking action on those things, moving forward on them. And sometimes you have to do that at this grueling pace. But while you're sitting there and you're waiting, It's kind of like waiting for things to come in when you're waiting for your ships to come in. And that perspective is that during this time that you have done all the work that you can do, and you are just waiting for the results to come in, you've already gained success. You've already learned how to navigate these waters. So if you need to go out and do something again, you know how to do that. And that's the value in this grueling time, is that reinforcement of self, that strength that you have, which is a lot. If Leo is in your chart strong, head over there. So I've been hitting in on this, right? And I wanted to see this a certain way because I want to be respectful to everybody. Rather than going in and paying for some kind of an extended reading, you can take this top row that we talk about here in your own sun sign. I'm sure this is your sun sign. I'm sure you're a Virgo sun sign. And your moon energy is, I don't know, it's different for, all of you are going to have one of these 12 other signs as your moon sign. And that top row here, what's going on in your mind, your moon reading is the extension of that. It's the extended reading for your sun sign into your moon, into what's going on in your mind and how you process these feelings, how you see the world in your mind and what you're dealing with up there. And then this row here of reality, when we talk about it, when you come into here, into these readings, and you are in your sun sign readings, and somebody's pulling you a 9-card spread, and there, this is a normal 9-card situation, you've got the row of reality here. And so you can go into your rising sign readings, and you can extend on what's going on in the world for you. What's the world speaking back to you? What is the universe saying? This is what you wanted, right? Right? This is what you said, so this is what I'm giving back to you. And it gives you that big picture understanding of your own personal life. And then this is the star of the show for you. And we're still down here. This Hierophant here, the Judgment being the center of the reading, the theme of your reading is judgment in the sense of the self. And this is a personal eclipse situation coming up. This partial lunar eclipse is personal, and you can use it as such to look around while things are happening and notice how you navigate the chaos. Notice, this is big heavy Leo energy coming through, but this is you seeing yourself correctly, and it's reinvigorating, it's reaffirming, it's these spaces where you build that confidence to keep going. You're not one step out of the cave and run back in to reassess and make sure that one step was right. Maybe you took 3 steps out the cave and ran back in, and you want to make sure you did those 3 steps correctly. Record yourself. Let's look at the ring camera. Did I walk correctly? Is my spine aligned? Okay. This moment in time is to build the confidence to not have to count the steps or decide how far you've gone, or always having to be looking back so much. If you're looking backwards when you're walking forward, you're going to run into something. So this here is talking about these seeds planted, the movement forward. 7, this spiritual understanding that you gain here, and your intuition. This is definitely, somebody in here has heavy Leo energy, because your intuition is being challenged, the same as the Leo, and it doesn't always look like it's supposed to look. Sometimes you go into things, I'll say this, my son's a Virgo, and he's buying his first house, and he went in and he applied, and he wants the realtor to send him houses back, and she's not really doing it. Not yet. There's a lot of pieces that need to be put together. There's some paperwork that she's waiting for to reach her desk, and then there's some different things that she's looking for on some of the qualifications and things that he wants and things that matter to him, and he's got to put that together. And so some of you, and I don't know what any of you guys are doing, maybe some of you are buying houses as well. Some of you other Virgo people are out here making these big moves, these career changes, these relationship changes, these things in your inner circle, things with your family and your friends, where you're deciding it's time to stop worrying about the entire tribe all the time, because you have your own bigger things that you're trying to do. And sometimes they're not always looking the way that they need to look. And you feel like you need to, okay, maybe you need to plan a completely different future then if it's not working out. And not knowing where to begin with that sort of situation, this spiritual place you're at right now is a place to sit back sometimes and see that the success has happened and appreciate your work. I mean, look at the work that you've done. You've got to be the artist that finished that painting. You've got to look at what you've been doing, and you've got to see the vision forward. Okay, so you thought you were done, and you look at, then this happens to me when I'm painting, and I look at something like awesome, like, oh, no, I want to do this, and I feel this. It's this card. It was just calling. But I'm looking at the painting and I'm like, all right, I thought I was done, but no. I need to do some more stuff here, add this in. But you've got to know when to stop yourself from this over perfectionist state of mind. You can do so much, but when you go too far into that fixing things too much, you ruin them. I do. I ruin my paintings that way. And you can ruin things in your life that way by overthinking, overanalyzing. And you guys know this. You're Virgo. You know this. So this eclipse is giving you the power to make some of those changes about that kind of mental process. The emotional drain that it has on you and some of the people in your life that put you in a state of feeling less than exactly who you are. So this is coming up. This is interesting. This is card number 22, the Holy Child, the Star Seed. I am a divine child of the universe. This is a really big energy of coming into your own, coming into who you are, independence. And so buying a home, changing a career, restructuring your friends and your family and the world around you, these changing the environment around you with the Chariot energy. And this, and I love this in this card, this massive pearl that you're sitting on it. You have this massive pearl of wisdom within. And when you go within, when you find those spaces to really tap into your personal gnosis, your personal wisdom, the keys to the universe, that you have them because you've figured it out. You've gone through enough things, and your perception, the way that you see the world, your perspective of the world has given you so much wisdom in these situations to be able to move. And before you realize what you've been doing it. It's a very big, there's a lot, it's Aquarian. There's a lot of Aquarian energy coming in that way. And you may have that in your chart. It might be your moon energy or maybe your rising sign. So you have big opportunities coming forward. And this eclipse time is exactly that. We move into having these bigger opportunities. The alignment, the cosmic energy, as it comes up, the star and this star temple oracle, all this energy in the star seed in the card, these bigger doors are opening. The eclipse energy is that point of the judgment, when the wheel turns, the wheel of fortune, and you've got the Chariot moving you through, divinely protected. Bumpers, guardrails, you can't fail. You're not meant to fail. You're meant to succeed. You're meant to make it to whatever this is right now. This is the smaller boat that you're getting to, that's taking you to the larger boat. But you've got to get through this particular phase and see it through. And decide how you want to go through that. You decide what the journey looks like. Do you want to look around and be displeased with everything, or do you want to see it for its potential? Do you see the vision? And so these bigger moves, this is the time right now where you're adapting your goals to fit your life, and you're making these changes that put you in these positions for these bigger doors to open up, these bigger opportunities to come in, and forgetting about what anybody else has to say. You're doing this for yourself, your own inner guiding light. Very Aquarian, very on brand, on time. This is the time for that. Embracing that Aquarian sensibility that says, I know what I know, and you can't convince me otherwise. So I'm going to walk firm in it. I'm going to walk tall in this because I know. I don't need to run back all the time and double check myself. I know. If I find out that I'm wrong, I will at that point change my stance. That's okay. But for now, I'm going to walk tall on what I know to be true. Wear it, own it, and be it. And that's this Aquarian energy coming in. Like, you're sitting on this giant amount of wisdom. You got a big wisdom, guys. Okay. But you had this humongous understanding of the world that you've gained through this walk. And sometimes you forget yourself. You forget that you're not in need of always backpedaling to make sure you're right. You need to take what you know and integrate it, absorb it, believe in yourself. Put a little magic in it and believe in yourself, because you are right, and moving forward on the things that you know that you've been doing these bigger things. So you being the one that's doing these things, you're not a baby, you're not a child, you're not even spiritually, you are established. This is established. And saying, oh, you're going to this smaller boat, and it doesn't mean the opportunity now is small. It could be massive. You could be buying an entire company for all I know. But there's more. And this eclipse energy is like a trial run. If you can handle this, there's more coming. It's this test of character, test of strength. Judgment always calls for it. And you, Virgo, you got all the cards. You got all the ones that are for this eclipse energy right now. The Chariot, the Wheel of Fortune, Judgment, and the Star. And you still got the Hierophant down here, because the higher self says, I know there's a way that things are supposed to work out, and you may be still waiting for your boats to come in, but you planted the right seeds. It's okay. What is meant for you is on its way to you. It's going to meet you where you're at, which could very well be some results coming in after that eclipse energy, after the 28th. So timing and divine timing is going to be really important right now. 22, this is significant in and of itself, breaks down to 4, instability, and 22 is a significant number. So we're really digging into even things lining up numerologically. You may be seeing a ton of synchronicities and weird things happening, or people saying stuff to you at like the right time, or some sense of like, you know what somebody's going to say before they say it, really coming in, because your intuition, it's sort of like you're sort of sweating it out your pores. It's like if you don't want to use it properly, you still have it, and you're right. And it's sort of showing through the cracks, is maybe a better way of saying that. It's showing through the cracks, where you may not be trying to put it out there on display, but sometimes you might do or say things that make it pretty obvious that you're as intelligent and aware as you are. All right, Virgo, this beautiful reading is what I have for you guys today. I don't know what kind of big things you guys have going on, but keep watch, because we're going to keep on your story. And don't forget to hit that like button if you did find resonance. That's a way you can energetically give back to the community for free. It helps the algorithm push it around for anybody else who might want to hear this Virgo reading. It's going to help them do that before the eclipse. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already on board with us as a subscriber. Would love to have you. I appreciate all of you guys. I love you all. I hope that you have a beautiful and wonderful rest of your day, and we will talk later.